In the Trail series, quest rewards come in three ways: money, items, and points. Characters in the series are students, police detectives, bracers, or members of some other profession, and these points track how good they are at their job and how high they are in the hierarchy. Be it bracer points, detective points, academic points, or even Spriggan points for those who've played Trails in the Dark. These points are given to you when you finish a quest, complete a fight with a specific requirement, or make the right choice in certain conversations. And every time you gain enough to rank up, you get a reward. Now with this said, is it worth your time getting all the points? Let's talk about that. If you're going for a completionist run, then sure, get all the points. Hell, I'm working on a few 100% point guides myself. And it's gotta be said that there are games where your current rank is referenced in key dialogue. Mind you, there is a canon rank for most of the characters, particularly the bracers among the cast, no matter how few or many points you collected in your own playthrough. But for this, we're talking about the physical rewards, the accessories, quartz, and such that you'll receive. For the most part, and I will be going through each game or arc to be specific, up to Cold Steel 4. I haven't played Reverie or Trails in the Dark to be able to speak about them, but again, for the most part, it's definitely not worth your time getting all of it. Hell, here's a quick one. If the reward list includes the Grail Locket, that's your goal. The Grail Locket is to the Trail series what the ribbon is to Final Fantasy. It protects the wearer from all negative statuses. But with that said, let's go through the series and see if anything past the Grail Locket rank is worth the time. Every game has, essentially, a New Game Plus, which is where some of these late rewards would show their worth. But for the purposes of this video, I'm assuming a single playthrough. Not everyone does multiple playthroughs of these, one after another. Also, just to get it out of the way, any and all armors and shoes obtainable via point ranks are worthless, especially those after the Grail Locket. There are plenty of armor options at the end of the game that are far easier to obtain. Now let's get started. For Trails in the Sky first and second chapters, the reward past the Grail Locket are Gladiator Belt, which makes you gain CP at the start of every round, not worth it since you can find it out in the world, and then Shoes and Armor, again, not worth it. Now the crossbow games, starting with Trails from Zero. Beyond the Grail Locket are the Aquarius Gem, 150% Healing Arts Effectiveness. It's pretty good. Let's say it's worth it. That's a ding. Shoes and Armor, not worth it, pointless, forget it. Then the last item, the Lunar Gem. It allows you to absorb higher element arts, which means everything, time, space, and mirage. It's not bad, but given that you need max rank, which in Trails from Zero is just 4 DP shy of the maximum amount of detective points, there's so little room for error, and the gem would only be available at endgame that frankly it's not worth the effort. Now, in Trails to Azure, the amount of detective points you need for max rank is about 25 under the maximum amount acquirable, so there's a lot more leeway there, and this will become consistent for the next few games. But with that said, the items are: first up, a couple of ranks of Shoes and Armor. We've been through this. Second rank, the Emblem Master Quartz. The big power is all resources regen while walking, so HP, EP, and CP. It's bland, frankly. The last one, the last level, is the Medal of Justice. It increases strength, defense, art attack, and defense by 100, speed and movement by 5, and accuracy and evasion by 10%. These are big buffs, but again, you need max rank. So to me, it's a bit of a dud. In the Cold Steel games, the points become academic in nature. And while the games have a bunch of great rewards separate from the AP rank, such as the Lion Phoenix Medal and other such school-specific rewards, that's a different video altogether. Let's look at what our academic endeavors can get us past the Grail Locket. In Cold Steel 1 you have an armor, so you know what I'm gonna say, either the Emblem Master Quartz, or if you have it, the Deus Gem, both fairly powerful. The emblem reduces damage received when at low health, and eventually gives the same art as the Deus Gem. The Deus Gem, beside the arts it gives, reduces arts EP cost by 25%. It is an EP cost quartz on steroids. Both fairly powerful, worth getting. Now the last item is the Medal of Dawn, a souped up grail locket with stat buffs and even protection from effects that lower your stats and prevent delay. It's badass. Definitely worth it. Cold Steel 2, more or less the same. Armor, then Master Quartz, in this case Rebellion and Mirage Master Quartz, with good stats and arts, and then Lionheart, which is like the Medal of Dawn, so what I said before applies here. Cold Steel 3 has 2 quartz after the Grey Locket, an armor, shoes, and as always a final accessory. Of these, only the quartz are worth it. Domination, which doubles the damage of the first attack you make in combat, and Gungnir, obtainable at the penultimate rank, and which increases the damage of critical hits. The last accessory, Glory Emblem, is truly, really, verily, indubitably not worth the effort involved. It gives you free craft points per round and buffs evasion and critical by 10%. For the rank required, it's frankly weak. Cold Steel 4 has more or less the same things, including the Domination Quartz, but replaces Gungnir with Valhalla, which increases damage at high health, making it weaker in my opinion, but not a bad quartz. And then at the last rank is the Crimson Red Annulus, which buffs strength, defense, arts attack and defense by 100, and crit by 15, and gives you that craft point increase in there as well. It's not as weak as the Glory Emblem in Cold Steel 3, but I still consider it bland for the effort required to get it, even more so with the slew of massively powerful accessories you get throughout the game. It's nowhere near the level of the Medal of Dawn or the Lionheart, which also give you the Grail Locket abilities and the, not you can't get delayed and you can't get stat down. Those were great. Those are worth, going for them at the last chapter. These, nah, no, just no, skip them. And there you go. Hope this helps you out during your playthrough to decide how much you'll invest in getting the different points. Mind you, these are just my opinion, so feel free to disagree. If you like this video, please hit that like button, maybe consider subscribing. I have much more Trails content planned, if that's something you're interested in. Thank you for watching, and as always, happy Trails.